Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about having a Pisces sun and Scorpio moon in a natal chart. Now, I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm talking about is having that sun moon combination in your natal chart, a Pisces sun and Scorpio moon in your chart. Now, first thing off of the basic character, which is the sun. In this case, the sun being in Pisces can be very altruistic, compassionate, forgiving, self-sacrificing, confused, and idealistic. Now, on the unconscious side, which is the sun represents the conscious side of the person, the moon the unconscious in astrology. So on a more unconscious level, the moon being in Scorpio, the person can be intense, resourceful, incisive, probing, and passionate. A way this energy may integrate could be, well, where one may bring that Pisces idealism into something Scorpio related, which can include psychology, locksmithing, recycling, investigation, some form of transformation, or the occult, which includes astrology. Um, the sun in astrology is associated with our basic ones, and the Pisces sun wants to attain dreams, fantasies, and ideals. The moon is about our emotional needs, and Scorpio moon needs power, things that are complex, intimate connections, going beyond the surface, going beyond subterfuge and superficiality, and the true self, which is the sun. In this case, the sun being in Pisces, can be empathetic, emotional, and gullible and impressionable. Now, the inner self, which is the moon is connected with the inner personality. And with the moon being in Scorpio, that inner self could be obsessive, transforming, and secretive. The sun in astrology is associated with our drive and motivation, and this person may be driven and motivated, which is the sun, to rescue and inspire, which is Pisces. And the person having the Scorpio moon may do so with more passion, desire, and emotional intensity, which is Scorpio. Um, I would say this would be more harmonious if this is in a trine aspect with each other. Um, a trine aspect in astrology is 120 degrees. um, I use a 10-degree orb if at least one personal planet is involved. In this case, of course, you have two personal planets that are involved in the aspect. Now, let's say, for example, if the Pisces sun is at 29 degrees and the Scorpio moon is at 22 degrees, that would form a trine aspect, and it could be a very favorable blending of that Pisces sun compassion and the Scorpio moon needing to give support, whether it could be moral, emotional, or monetary support. Uh, the sun in astrology is about our actions, and the sun in Pisces, those actions may be done to for rescuing, inspiring others. Um, they may be done with more compassion, altruism, and the moon in astrology is connected with our reactions and responses. So having the moon in Scorpio, the person may respond to things with a lot of passion, emotional intensity. Um, and the thing is, looking at this as well, as far as the sun goes, the sun in astrology is connected with the biological father. So having a Pisces sun, the biological father may actually be a Pisces sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those characteristics. The moon in astrology is associated with the mother. So having a Scorpio moon, the person's mother may actually be a Scorpio sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those traits. And it's also about the perception of these people. So having a Pisces sun, the person may perceive the biological father as somebody that's altruistic, compassionate, idealistic, sacrificing, and forgiving, but may also perceive the biological father as somebody that's unrealistic, nebulous, unclear, um, a person that may be overly indecisive, confused, ambivalent, and even deceptive and duplicitous. And with the Scorpio moon, the person may perceive the mother as somebody that's very passionate, resourceful, incisive, transforming, person that has a very strong will, um, but ability to go beyond the surface, but might also perceive the mother as somebody, that might be, overly obsessive, fixated, even vengeful, vindictive, person that may be very power hungry and overly secretive. The thing about this is, as far as, by sign, this is a good combination because you have both the sun and the moon being in water signs. It can be a very emotional combination. Now the Pisces sun, the sun in astrology is connected with our basic fundamental character. And having a Pisces sun, the person's could be very emotional. The emotions can be all encompassing. And when you have the Scorpio moon, yes, the moon in Scorpio can have an ability to control the emotions, but the emotions can also be very powerful when unleashed, very intense and even convoluted. And a lot of this, is dependent, as far as this emotional nature too, can be dependent on, modifying influences, contraindicators in the natal chart. And if somebody, has this sun-moon combination, say they have the Pisces sun and Scorpio moon, let's say they have an ascendant that's not nearly as emotional, like Gemini or Capricorn, rising outwardly can be undemonstrative, even very unemotional, may even come across as cold or callous to some people. This person will be maybe less emotional than this combination would indicate. They still may be very sensitive and be can get hurt easy because they have the sun and the moon and water signs, but outwardly they may not express it as much as what I'm saying. So anyway, and also too, keep in mind that you have going back to the the sun making a trine aspect to the moon. If that is the case, if you have the Pisces sun and Scorpio moon and it's making a trine aspect with each other, this I would say would be more favorable and auspicious for the biological father and mother to be connected for during their life, during that perhaps the entire life, and less likelihood or propensity of a divorce or separation. But there you have to still, look at the synastry that exists between their own individual charts with each other to delve deeper into the astrological synastry and compatibility they would have with each other, the biological father and mother. And this, as far as this combination goes, I would say too, this could be the person that not just be having a strong emotional nature, but one that could be very sensitive. And there is a the Pisces sun can have, the sun is about our basic wants, and the Pisces sun can want that isolation and solitude and seclusion. And with the Scorpio moon, the person's emotion that may have more of that need to be secretive, to not really reveal much regarding their personal life. And this is a person that might, the Pisces sun, the person may have some affinity for the metaphysical, which includes astrology. And having a Scorpio moon, it's that it could be that need to really delve deeply, to go deep into those matters and really study maybe on a more complex level. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.